I don't like it when I don't have my little phone in front of me to tell me when it's time for us to do this. We're running late tonight. I'm Cam. This is Eric. We are chronicling Eric's day-by-day progress on replacing heroin, fentanyl, street opiate use with Suboxone. I almost forgot the name of what we're doing here. I started doing this when he started it a week ago. A week is how long he has been on Suboxone now. And he's been doing excellent. He's gotten better every day. That's what we were doing in here. We're in my office tonight here at the Kellum House instead out in the living room because we were just sitting here looking at some of the comments and talking about the comments and the encouraging things people have to say to Eric as he does this. And you know, we're not advocating any one program or saying this is the only way to do it. I just saw some people having some success with Suboxone. At least success getting off of street drugs. They may still have addiction issues to address and stuff, but it's such a desperate problem, and anything that could possibly be done to get some information out to people that are considering a way to make progress in confronting this problem, I think is a move in the right direction. So Eric has started at Red Rock. He's got one of their physicians there prescribing Suboxone. Today is your 8th day on it, and just let's talk from physical perspective at first. How are you feeling? Are you having detox type things, or how's the transition going for you?
As per se detox, I don't feel like it's detox symptoms. I'm just tired. I think it's just all these months of running nonstop, and now I'm kind of taking a break and slowing down and actually getting kind of the schedules laid out ahead of me.
A little structure, maybe?
A little structure, and it's just got me beat today. I'm extremely tired.
That's what we try to provide here. I'm glad that's a compliment to me when you say you feel like you have some structure and some regimen to your life. I know it seems pretty lax here sometimes, but I have noticed you've been asleep a lot, and that was it's funny what the human mind does, but I had completely forgotten about that feeling of just no energy, just lethargy when you're detoxing. I remembered the pain, that stood out, but I think your mind forgets the stuff that hurts the worst sometimes.
Yeah.
So you're using Suboxone as a replacement opiate to lessen the withdrawals of the street drugs. So you're going to make this transition to Suboxone. I'm just trying to understand it myself. You're going to make this transition to Suboxone, and there will still be a dependence on Suboxone, but the drug companies say that dependence is better than addiction, so they're at very least, moving you a little bit forward there. Mm-hmm. What are your plans as far as self-help type things? You told me you've been doing some walking.
Yes.
I know you have some physical limitations, but exercise and changing your routine.
Yes, AA and NA meetings. I'm hoping to start going to more of them than I ever have before. That is. Used to, I would just go maybe once a week. Just kind of to show my face and be seen that I'm trying to do this. But this time I'm thinking I'm wanting to do it for myself, not just for public view.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a good motivation.
So I'm thinking that I'm wanting to do more meetings.
Of the things you've tried, and you've shared with me that you've been to treatment a number of times, and I don't know how long of stints you've had in 12-step programs or that sort of thing, but of the things that you have done to effort becoming sober, what has been the most successful for you to date?
Successful was inpatient, to be honest. That's where I kept my longest period, except one time I did keep 2 years sobriety, and that was just, I was at church all the time. I was going to pastoral college out in Phoenix, Arizona, and studying to become a preacher. My grandfather died, and I fell off that wagon.
No.
So I kind of put it on, once again, I put it on somebody else's back to give me the motivation.
There's still time left. You can do anything you want to.
This time I'm doing it for me instead of anyone else.
That's good. That's good motivation. And I say it all the time, there's a whole lot about this I don't know, But two components that have definitely worked for me are abstinence and God, and not in that order. God and abstinence. I say not in that order. They're one and the same, and that's what I share with people. I don't go to AA or NA meetings. I did in the '80s, the first time that I got sober and that sort of thing. But I will say this: the AA, NA 12-step programs, I have seen the most success, both in the short term and the long term, from people that attend those. So I think you're definitely upping your odds by doing that.
I'm hoping so.
There are people like my friend Damon. If you're seeing this, that they'll tell you, "Oh no, you got to go to AA. That's the only way." But I tell you, everybody's got to find what works for them. And but a common reoccurring factor in the equation is a dependence on something outside of yourself and higher. So me saying I got extra'd out on the God thing is no different than somebody saying they got heavy into the AA program, because they teach the higher power and they teach it looking outside yourself. So I think you're thinking in the right way from everything I've heard. You're making this transition. At some point you'll find your new normal. I don't know, that'd be something interesting to ask the doctor where your baseline is, where you feel like you're not saying I'm tired all day and that kind of thing. But right now, 8 days of nothing from the dope house, huh?
8 days. I can't believe it.
Congratulations, buddy. I think
you.
that's success. All right, thanks. We'll be back tomorrow night. A little earlier, I hope. See ya. Bye.